everybody, Double J 101 back again with another video, and today we are going to do another Throwback Thursday. This one will include G1 Bumblebee. Now, this is actually the knockoff version of the Bumblebee from G1, but it's just about the same. There's not a whole lot different. I think this one is in good shape. It's got the, all the essential things that the original one had, and honestly, I never had the original, so this is about as good as we're going to get. So let's go ahead and take a little closer look at this little guy. Back in the day, Bumblebee was always my favorite when I was a kid. I always thought he was really cool in the cartoon from as much as I watched. And I had one or two of these when I was growing up as well. I had the kind of chromish gold one, which was the G2 version. But it was pretty much essentially the same thing as this one. It's just really nice to have an actual G1, well, almost G1 version of Bumblebee. But a closer look, we see it has the nice yellow detail throughout the Volkswagen Beetle, as well as the nice silver here on the back, which houses the head. Some black on the windshield. We have rubber wheels right here for the tires, and a little silver in the middle, as well as the rub symbol here on the top of the car, which, let's see, maybe it'll show up. It shows up, but it's very dull. It's just a little bit of effort of actually rubbing it to make it show up. It doesn't look like it's going to cooperate this time, so we'll go with that. So real quick, let's go ahead and move him back. Being that this is a knockoff, I do actually have the packaging, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at that. This packaging, I mean, it's the classic G1 packaging all the way around. It even still has the bubble on mine. We see the Autobot Bumblebee on the front there. Some great artwork in the back. I really miss the G1 artwork, but you gotta evolve and kind of get where you need to be with your customers. I do miss this a lot too. The old school tech specs, which if you had a little decoder red piece, you can actually put it over this and decode it and everything. And there are 4 simple steps to transform Bumblebee from his Volkswagen Beetle to the robot mode, which we'll get to in a moment. Also, if back in the day you collected these things, you get robot points, and you could send those off and get exclusives from Hasbro. I think the camera, reflector, I think it was. I think that was one of them that you could save these points for and get, which, pretty cool indeed. For a little comparison for Bumblebee, we do have the Titans Return Bumblebee, which I think is probably the closest that we got to this normal G1 version, which I think they look pretty nice together. This one, of course, has a lot more detail in the paint, and there's a difference between the two yellow here. This one's a lighter yellow compared to the original. Much bigger as well, but overall not too shabby for comparisons. Now on to getting Bumblebee transformed. It's super easy. Move them forward here. We pull the arms out, get these nice and rotated upwards, pull the legs down, and bend these forward. These are super tight, being that this is still pretty new. Let's try not to break them. There we go. Get it nice and straight. Pop its head open. And there you have classic, amazing, original G1 Bumblebee. For a little closer look at G1 Bumblebee, we see how he looks in his robot mode. We have the hands here right by the wheels, both sides. Nothing real articulate about him besides up and down here for the arms. No rotation besides up and down motion here for the head because he's on this plate. Doesn't exactly move, but G1 figures didn't really have much articulation to them to begin with. Legs don't go back and forth at all, but they do have some good molding here in the legs. But really, that's about it for his robot mode. And for comparison, we can bring in Titan Return Bumblebee here in his robot mode. Get a good comparison between the two. Again, they look pretty nice. The head sculpts are only a little similar, so you see that they has the antennas on top of his head, while this one does too. But this one actually has a battle mask, while the other one does not. But again, this is about the best representation that we have of Bumblebee right now. And maybe in the future we'll get something more accurate to his car mode, but, if not, I'm okay with it. overall, that's about it for this Throwback Thursday episode. I hope you all enjoyed taking a trip down memory lane. G1 Bumblebee has always, again, been one of my favorites from the past, and as we move along with the series, you'll see more and more of what I have, but this guy brings back tons of memories as a kid, just playing with him and breaking him. I broke this leg multiple times as a kid. Just this I think effect right here of trying to transform him and not actually bring it all the way down. As a young child, I wasn't the smartest and didn't transform him correctly, but nevertheless, he was still a great figure, and I had a great time playing with him. Really brings back a lot of memories. But that's about it for today's episode. If you liked, please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you if you already did. I make videos a few times a week, so stay tuned for more, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.